Hi. So yesterday I put up I played with my book a little bit with some ideas around book covers. I'm working on a dark personalities book. And I'm going to work on editing my chapter around the words people speak. So people are always speaking who they are, what they need. The problem is we haven't learned how to listen. And by not learning how to listen, we don't always know how to respond. A lot of times we'll react or we get caught in the web. So I want to give you an example of how that looks because people speak what's inside of them. So they're processing the information and then it comes out. Okay. So I'm going to give an example of some things around Dr. King. And before I go into that, I want to explain why I say Dr. King instead of MLK or Martin Luther King. I believe we call him Dr. King because, first of all, it's very hard to get your PhD, and we need to honor people who go out and get their PhDs. So that's number one. Second of all, he sacrificed his life. And there are other people who sacrificed their life, and I think we need to honor that. And I'm very big on honor and respect. And there are people who did a lot to make the civil rights happen. And when the civil rights happened, it impacted so many people. And we need to honor those people because they sacrificed a lot for that to happen. And they were very brave, courageous people. So now I'm going to talk about two other brave, courageous women. Now they're black women who are standing up against these white males that are Christian nationalists, I guess. And I know one is Jasmine Crockett. I cannot remember the other woman's name. I do know that she's she's a bald black woman. That's the best way I can describe her. She's very brave, very courageous. Her name's Anya, something like along those lines. And I wish I could remember her name. If I said it incorrectly, please do forgive me. So she's in talking with these men, and these men misquote Dr. King. Now, she had told them, you've been told not to have Dr. King's name in your mouth because you continue to misquote him. So we're going to go over why they continue to misquote them. Now, again, this is coming from an observing, non-judgmental perspective because we want to understand the processing of what's going on in this situation. This is what's vital. So there are four things, and if you see other things, you can always tell me, four things that are going on in the processing. First of all, because of what's in their heart and what they want, they make the quote to be a certain way to align with what they want. So they're forcing that quote to be what they want. So they're trying to make it be that way. So then it comes out that way. So their belief system has to make it align with them. Does that make sense? So what they're saying is this quote has to be this way to align with my belief. Inaccurate, not fact. Second one, they know what they're saying isn't fact, but they're doing it to rile you up and get you angry. Third reason someone could be doing something like this is they have a learning disability and they really did honestly misunderstand. The fourth reason this could happen is someone just went over something too quickly and misunderstood. Now, how you will know the difference between all four of those reasons, how someone will line up, is because you will see the pattern in their life of what they're continually speaking. That's how you know. You see, people are always going to tell you who they are and what they need. We just have to listen long enough. This means that you are around them and you're continuing to listen. By continuing to listen, you know how to respond instead of react. Now, sometimes people will give you warning signs right away and you just know you're supposed to run because you have that feeling. But these gentlemen were showing signs after signs after signs that they were really the first two. And that's not a judgment. That's because of the continuation. That's because she said, you have been told not to have Dr. King's name in your mouth. You've been told this. So if they've been told this, that tells you that they are doing those first two patterns. You get what I'm saying? There's always evidence of these things going on. Now, I'm breaking this down for you because I think this is important, especially in this next season, especially with what's going on with the research saying that cults are rising. People are looking for belonging, and so they're looking for belonging in places that aren't always safe. So when we understand how people are processing information and they're speaking who they are, they're speaking along the lines of their belief, now you are learning ways to protect yourself. So these are just some tips. And I think, like, again, this is important. This can help you in your employment. This can help you in so many ways. So please do follow me if you'd like more information about this book. This book is going to be a really neat book. I've been working really hard on this. It's going to talk about things that most people don't talk about when it comes to dark personalities in the research. So on that note, I hope to see you next time. Bye for now.